Hi, I'm Holly Williams. Welcome to Holistic Life. Hey friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Holly, and today we're going to do an arrival sequence that is wonderful for any beginning yoga practice or really just a practice in itself. Before we get into the actual practice, I wanted to kind of talk about the importance of an arrival sequence, maybe just as a practice or before a larger, more movement-based practice. And it all has to do with restoring our present moment. And what that means is basically there's a whole lot of stuff going on all over the place, all over the world, in our global communities, in our local communities, maybe even in our households. Lots of change has been going on, a lot of adaptations, new rules that we have to live by, and it can just be a lot. It can be a lot for us to absorb and to kind of move forward with all of these new things. It kind of forces us into transitions that we wouldn't otherwise be going through. And sometimes as life just goes on, we have to face transitions just in general. Maybe that means transitioning from summer into fall and the activities that we go from in between those. Like in the summer, we don't really do a lot. We hang out, we have fun, we play in the sun, we go to the pool. At least kids do. Hopefully adults do as well. And then as we transition into fall, not only do we have the changing seasons, but we go back to school and there's a whole nother round of changes that we have to make. And that can cause a lot of distress in ourselves, a lot of unrest. So the reason for arrival is to be able to recognize that transitions are happening and allows us to be able to find rest and support while going through and moving through these transitions. Now, one of the biggest transitions that we face in life is the very first transition as we grow in our mother's belly. We go from a single cell all the way up to this several pound, billion, trillion cell being. And then as we are born and we get brought into this world, there's a whole nother transition that we have to make as we move from being held in this nice warm environment out into this world of gravity, where we can move freely in it and around it and on it, and we learn innately as we grow how to move. When we're babies, we have no idea that any of this is happening. It just happens. So an arrival sequence kind of allows us to return to that very early stage of development and transition, and allows us to kind of relay foundation so that we can build up from that foundation. So we can actually look at growth and transition from the view of a single cell. Now, a single cell, let's imagine this is a single cell. It contains a nucleus. It's mostly contained with water. There's proteins and processes going on inside this one single cell. Now, the cell is then surrounded by a semi-permeable membrane, which means it can hold its structure while also allowing nutrition in and waste out. So each cell in our body has these properties, and we have trillions of these cells all over our body, and each one of these cells is doing this exact same thing. And so we have this whole structure of the body, and each one of those cells is bumping into each other and giving each other information and acting upon reflexes. For example, if this is a cell and it finds another cell, it goes, oh, hey, excuse me. And then they, they figure out where they're supposed to be in space. Our bodies are doing the exact same thing all the time, every day, at every moment. And sometimes it can feel very unsettling. So as we move into our arrival, I invite you to grab a blanket or a pillow, and also a pillow. I have a folded blanket, and then this is just a couch pillow. You can use a bed pillow, you can use another rolled up blanket, but this is for support underneath the knees, and this is for support under the head. The more support that we feel underneath and around our body, the more we are able to relax into that support. As each cell in our body strives to find comfort and support, so too does every single cell, as well as every cell in our brain, strive to find comfort, support. And we can find that in arrival anytime we want to. So if you are ready and you would like to arrive to this moment or any other moment you may have in life, let's arrive. So we are going to start on our backs, and the idea is for us to feel weight and gravity on each side of the body. So all four sides of the body, the back, each side, and the front of the body. That allows each cell in our body to be able to relax into gravity, to go back to that initial stage of support foundation, so that we can then grow and move forward. So let's make our way to our back bodies. However you want to get there, however slow, whatever you need to do to feel comfortable, supported, whatever kind of little movements your body wants to make as you settle into this comfortable position. Maybe taking a couple big breaths. Allowing the body to feel the support of the floor. And if you would like to, and if it's comfortable, I invite you to close your eyes. Closing your eyes kind of allows you to become internal. It allows you to feel into your body and any sensations that may rise as you settle into comfort. As you allow your body to relax into the floor, imagine each part of your body that's in contact with the floor to be held by each place that your body touches the floor. Allowing your surroundings to be your support. Bringing in the sensations of touch through gravity. Noticing the heels on the floor. Feeling support under the backs of the knees. Feeling the floor underneath the pelvis as it supports the spine. Noticing the support underneath your ribs. Feeling the arms on the floor. Noticing every little point of contact along the arms. Feeling the shoulder blades on the floor. Depending on how your support under the head is oriented, maybe feeling support underneath the neck. And then feeling support underneath the weight of your head, the skull. As if your head is resting in someone's hands, or maybe even someone's lap. Allowing each cell to surrender to gravity. Imagining the support underneath your body, the building that you may be in. Imagining the foundation of that building going down into the ground. And the ground supporting the structure of the building that then is supporting the structure of your body. Being held. As we develop in our mother's belly, as we grow, each cell surrenders to the force of gravity, knowing that it is supported, safe, maybe allowing your other senses to become aware. Noticing the temperature of the air. Noticing if there's light. The photons of light touching the retina of your eye. Which is then interpreted as sight. As we get deeper into our relaxation, notice the gentle, subtle pulse of breath. Notice where the breath lives, resides, without changing, just observing. Perhaps noticing the pulse of your own heart. Imagining with each pulse of the heart, a ripple gets cast across your entire body, starting in the center of where your heart lives, all the way out into and out through your fingertips and toes. Imagining your breath moving from the center of the lungs and the body out into the arms, the legs, maybe even up into the crown of the head. Each cell in the body breathes and pulses together. Each cell bumping into each other, moving one another. Feeling gravity allowing our bodies and minds to return home, back to the first place that we developed. In the environment of our mother's belly, where we're held, nurtured, fed, where we lie in active dormancy. So that we can transition into the next stage. You may lay here as long as you would like. If you're ready to make a transition into the next stage of your arrival, very gently, with as little effort as possible, make your way to a side. Whatever side is calling you, whatever side may need support. Arrange your body in a way that will allow you to get there comfortably. And set yourself up. Now we're in a different position. Gravity may feel different. And as the observer, just notice. Noticing weight on your side, on the side of your hips, on the side of your shoulders, maybe even your cheek, your ear. As you exhale and release into gravity, allow yourself to feel the support of the ground beneath you. Letting go of the belly. Letting go of the jaw, the tongue. Letting go of any thoughts that don't serve you in this moment. Noticing maybe how your breath has changed. Maybe it starts in a different spot. Maybe you feel it in a different part of your lungs. Maybe as you rolled onto your side, the temperature shifted around your body. Gravity shifted to a different dimension of each cell of the body. Feeling the weight of your body. Noticing maybe the texture of the floor beneath you. Maybe if you turned away from a window, the light entering your eyes became less. Or if you're now facing a window or a light source, maybe there's more light entering the eyes. Allowing your mind to wander. And if you notice any sensations or intrusive thoughts or anything that might take you out of this nurturing, supportive state, just return to the body. Return to the breath. Return to the sensations underneath the body being supported by the floor. Know that you are being held and supported. And you can always return here at any time. You can stay here as long as you would like. And if you are ready to transition to the other side of the body, allow yourself to get there in a slow, organized, little effort. The best way that your body knows how. And it'll tell you. All you have to do is observe. So as you make your way to your other side of the body, I'm going to make my way to the other side. But I'm going to continue to face you so that you may hear me and know that I'm still with you in this practice. Setting yourself up to feel comfort on this side of the body that may be different than the other side. And that's okay. Finding your breath again, allowing each cell of the body to relax into one another, into gravity, releasing the belly, releasing the jaw and the tongue, allowing the eyes to be soft and closed if you would like. Remaining the observer, observing the touch, the weight of your body on the floor, the light that may be permeating your eyelids if they're closed, the warmth of the floor as it's shifted to a different side of the body. The temperature of the air, maybe even the smell. If you have any essential oils or fragrances that you favor, this is a lovely practice to invite those senses in. Allowing your mind to wander. And again, if any thoughts or anything comes into mind that causes a different state that you don't want right now, just return to the body. Return to the breath. Return to being the observer of light, temperature, sound, smell, taste, and touch. This is a wonderful practice to do if you ever have trouble sleeping or relaxing in general. If anxiety or stress is common in your life, just simply return to the body. And it won't necessarily make the thing that might be stressing you out go away, but it will give your body and nervous system a time to rest in between moments of sensation. You can stay in this posture as long as you would like. If any one of these postures feels particularly good or supportive, please feel free to remain there for as long as you would like or as long as possible. Give yourself permission to take this time to reset and to know that you are important. And you're supported and whole. If you're ready to transition into our last posture in our arrival, we will gently make our way to our belly. However you would like to get there with as little effort as possible. If you want support under the head, feel free to use it. A couple different ways you can set yourself up here. But whatever one feels the most comfortable to you, make that yours. I'm going to choose to snuggle with my blanket here. I've been favoring this one lately. And notice how the body feels in this last place of arrival. Now that we've put gravity on all four sides of the body, each cell in our body has felt support in all dimensions. Each cell in the body has been allowed to return to the earth, to home, to that primitive place of birth, that first spot that our body remembers. Even when our memories have faded, our body remembers. Feeling support under the feet, under the legs, under the hips and the belly. Allowing the belly to rest as well as all of the organs, each made up with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of cells. Each supporting each other. Each having its own weight and its own volume and space. Maybe noticing any parts of the body that may want to go against gravity. Just paying a little attention and telling it, it's okay. You can release. You can let gravity hold you. If you have support under the head, let me invite you to remove the support and let's place our head on the floor, maybe a cheek. Let the arms reach out to either side. Let the legs reach out. And imagine the roundness of the earth supporting you as you allow your body to rest into the roundness of the earth. Or what I've heard called an earth hug. I'm hugging the earth and the earth is hugging me back. And it's saying, I've got you. I'm here for you. And you can come here at any time. Noticing your breath. Noticing the pulse of your heart. Inhaling and letting it go. And you can stay in this position for as long as you would like. You can allow this to be the beginning of a movement practice. You can let this be the practice in itself. And whatever you choose, just know that you always have the choice. It's your body, your rules, and you can follow them however it suits you. Well, this will be the end of my practice today. If you're going to continue into a movement practice, just slowly transition into very gentle movements. If this is your practice today, let's very gently make our way into a seated posture, however you would like to get there, with as little effort as possible. Maybe bringing the hands to the knees. Breathing in and out, feeling the blood pulse throughout the body. Bringing a hand to the heart and a hand to the earth. Showing gratitude to the earth for supporting us, and showing gratitude towards yourself for giving yourself the time to practice today. I thank you. I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for this practice. Thank you for joining me today. I invite you to do this practice anytime that it may suit you, even in the middle of the day, if you need this kind of practice in the middle of the day, give yourself the permission and just find your spot, even if it's 5-10 minutes. Just return to yourself. Anytime you need it, you're always there for yourself. That's the one person in this world that will always be there for you, is yourself. If you would like to check out some other videos on my channel, I suggest it. All different kinds of movement practices, and if you notice, a lot of them do start with this kind of arrival sequence, because I want to prepare you for movement. So if you enjoyed it, give me that like or subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, or just keep it all to yourself. It's up to you. It's your choice. But thank you for practicing with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.